In a land strangled by oppression, where rebellion was sure death, one man dared to fight an empire, not with guns, not with swords, but with the power of truth. This is the story of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the man who defied an empire and won. A childhood of fear and resolve. Before he became a symbol of strength, Gandhi was just a boy, afraid of the dark, haunted by tales of ghosts and thieves. But within that fear lay something more, a hunger for truth, a spark that would one day ignite a revolution. What had transformed this timid boy into a fearless leader? The answer lay beyond the seas, bound by tradition, drawn to knowledge. Like millions before him, Gandhi was bound by tradition, expected to follow the path laid before him, but deep inside, he longed for something more, something greater than mere customs. His thirst for knowledge would lead him to a world he never imagined. But the path to wisdom? It wasn't lined with gold. It was paved with struggle and rejection. A stranger in a strange land. He arrived in England, a world of suits, sophistication, and strict decorum. He tried to fit in, polished shoes, ballroom dances, but something felt off. It was in the silence of his rented room that he found his true mentors. Not professors, but the sacred words of the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, the Bible. This was his true awakening. But before he could change the world, he had to experience its cruelty firsthand. The awakening in South Africa, one moment, one act of humiliation. That's all it took. Left shivering on a station platform, Gandhi had a choice: accept his fate or fight back. That night, he made a vow. He would never bow to injustice again. The seed of revolution had been planted. Little did the British know, they had just created their greatest adversary. The birth of Satyagraha. In South Africa, he forged a new weapon, Satyagraha, the force of truth. No swords, no bullets, only courage. He led Indians in peaceful defiance, enduring brutality without striking back. His message? Strength isn't in violence, but in unwavering resolve. But his true battle wasn't in South Africa. It was waiting for him in the land of his birth. The return and the call for freedom. He came not as a lawyer, not as an exile, but as a force of nature. From the fields of Champaran to the streets of Amritsar across India, he stood against tyranny. His words ignited a movement, his presence a symbol of defiance. For centuries, the British had ruled India, but never faced a rebellion like this. And then, with just a handful of salt, he would bring the empire to its knees. The Salt March, a battle without bloodshed. In 1930, he walked 240 miles to the sea. The British scoffed. A mere handful of salt, what harm could it do? But they underestimated the power of unity. As millions followed, the world watched in awe. A frail old man had shattered the foundation of an empire. And yet, freedom came at a cost. The last stand and the price of freedom. He faced kings, prime ministers, and jail cells. He fasted for peace and walked for justice. But in the end, it wasn't foreign rulers that would take his life. It was one of his own. On January 30th, 1948, a bullet silenced the man, but not his legacy. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the man who proved that one voice, one belief, and one unshakable truth can change the world. But here's the question: could Gandhi's methods still work in today's world? Subscribe and tell us what you think.